Little firmer tone on the grain markets here on a Tuesday as we get rolling on this short trading week. On the corn market right now, we have that March contract showing a gain of roughly about 3 cents here this morning. Let's go there and update our futures. The March 381 and a quarter. Now it's 3.5 higher. Still hovering within a penny of our high of the day. We have the May contract up 3. We have December new crop 2 3/4 higher. It's back up above 390 at 391.5 as it continues to play tag with that 390 level. On the soybean market, soybeans had some small gains early on. Right now, we're a little bit lower. March down 0.5 at 893 1/4, and July down 3/4 at 914 3/4. In the Chicago wheat market, let's get you updated on the March. Right now, we're 12 1/4 higher at 555 per bushel. Remember, last time we checked, we were up 15, still strong gains, but we're off of the highs of the day a little bit. In the Kansas City market, also strong gains today. We are now 11 3/4 higher at 477 1/4 on the March. And the Minneapolis wheat also very strong today. And let's take a look at Minneapolis if we could here. The March wheat there now trading 11 higher at 535 3/4. So big bumps upward in the wheat markets. And speaking of wheat, I want to go to visit with Ben Hushon. He is with the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. I know there has been a lot of work about taking care of the winter wheat crop there, and that would involve some fertilizer application and that sort of thing. You have some things going on that are a little unusual this year. So give us an update, if you would, on the weather and what's taking place.
Good morning, Marlin. Well, we continue, as we've talked for the last several weeks, to be warmer than normal, a little wetter than normal, but probably the big news that I had mentioned last week might be coming. On Friday the 15th, the state of Maryland released farmers to apply nitrogen and phosphorus a couple weeks early. Normally, just as a reminder, in Maryland, you can't put any nitrogen or phosphorus down until March 1st, but based on essentially no frost in the ground except maybe western Maryland up in the higher elevations, but nowhere else is there frost in the ground, and the state of Maryland evaluated and said, time to get going, and turned us loose.
Looks like the wheat in the photos that you sent us, it looks very green. So is that normal for this time of year there?
No, it certainly is early. And one of the things that we had talked about last fall, we had a really, really dry fall, a lot of late emerging wheat. So it needs a shot of nitrogen because the tillers didn't have a whole lot of growth last fall, but it has grown over the winter. We normally wouldn't see pictures that green for another couple of weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, depending on how hard the January, February are. So next thing you know, we're going to see robins flying around telling us spring's really here.
We're looking at radar right now for that part of the country, and it looks like off to the north, a lot of snow there, but it looks like you're maybe on the warm side and maybe some more moisture moving in. That ought to help get that fertilizer working if they do get it on the ground. Thank you for the update, Ben. Good to visit with you again. Ben Hushon of the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. We'll pause for a break here. We'll come back and we'll get you updated on the latest livestock market activity after this. On the livestock trade, let's start with live cattle and get you updated on our futures board. Well, we still have some plus signs. We started out higher here, but things are easing back a little bit. February up $0.50. The April contract back to unchanged now, and June is just a nickel higher at 112.05. So things have fallen back from where they opened. The August and October slightly lower. On the feeder cattle market, let's go over there. We currently have the March now 57 higher, and it's at 139.10. April now 45 cents higher at 141.82. And then we move on to our lean hog trade, and currently on the lean hogs, we have the April contract $1 lower now at 63.30, and we have that May contract at 72.50. That would be down 50 cents on the day. The June contract now down 103 at 79.88. And of course, we had that news earlier this morning that China is exempting tariffs on 697 U.S. products, including ag products. That would begin on March the 2nd, but yet it is not helping the lean hog futures this morning. That's a little concern, technically speaking. Now let's take a look at some information related to the feedlot sales last week with information provided by Ed Serwin of CZ Cattle Market Analytics. Well, here we go for the week ending February 15th. They were mostly about $2 lower. The cash sales volume just a little higher than the previous week. Nationally reported forward contracted cattle harvest was about 43,000 head again during the week. The packers have 178,000 head for February. Now, the national cash sales during the week included 23,485 head of 15 to 30-day delivery, along with 11,000 from the previous week. And as we look at the prices, the weekly weighted average cash steer price for that week for the 5-area region was $118.90 per hundredweight. That was $2.15 lower. And last year, the same week, it was $124.96, and that was steady with that week last year. The weighted average cash dressed steer price was $190.27. That was $2.91 lower. And the 5-area weighted average formula price was $194.88, and that was $2.50 lower. The estimated weekly total FIS cattle harvest for the week ending February 15th was 620,000 head. That compared to 608,000 head that same week last year. And we also have info for the national steer carcass weights. And they were down last week, according to Ed's data. They came in at 897 pounds compared to 901 the week before. A year ago, that number, though, was 885, so still running significantly heavier than last year. The choice and select spread last week was $2.38. That compares to $6.23 the week before. And a year ago, that number was $5.86. So that's a rundown of our feedlot cattle market last week. And again, our thanks to Ed Serwin of CZ Cattle Market Analytics.
And see what the markets have in store for us this week. Thanks, Marlin.